Good day everyone. I am Daradal and in this video, I will show how to compute the grades of the students using the Microsoft Excel. Okay, to start off with the grading, we have to click the Microsoft Excel on our device. So here's the upper part of my screen. And when you open it, here's what it looks like. So you just have to click a recent work where you have to compute the grades of the students. So here are the learners' names: Cabarik Nerissa May, Salazar Jessica, Nesenia Serena Joy, Daliete Wendell, and Basil Benigno. So we can see here the written works is 20%, the performance task is 60%, and the quarterly assessment is 20%. To get the total score of the written works, which is the 20%, we just have to put the equal on the column of the total. So in order to get the total, we have to click and then plus, then click the next number, plus, and then when you get into the final score, you just have to click enter, and here you go. That's how you get the total score. So to make it fast and easier, you just have to drag the cell in order to get the scores of the other students as well. So here we go. We have the scores of the student. Now then, to get the possible score, we just have to click equal, then open parentheses, then we have here the score, which is the 51, then divided by 100, since the possible score is 100. Wait. So the score is 51. We have here 51. Then the total is divided by into 100, then close parentheses, then times 100. So to get the possible score, you just have to click enter. So here we got the possible score. So in order also to get the weighted score, we have to click equal, and the possible score, which is 51, multiplied into 0.20. So why it is 0.20? Because it is 20%. So we will click enter. Then now we have the weighted score. So you just have to do as well to the other student. to get their possible score and weighted score. And then in the performance task, you will also do the same thing. So to get the total score, just also click equal. Okay, so when we get now the weighted score of the students on written works, we will now move on to the performance task. So in order to get the total, we will also put an equal here on the total column. So you just have to click the first score plus the second score plus the third score plus then all the way to the last score of the students. So the performance task is 60%. So we have now the total of the score of the student. So to make it easier, we just have to drag this down for the other students' total score as well. So here we have now the total score. Then we just have to get now the possible score on the performance task. So to get the possible score, just have to click equal, then open parenthesis, the score is 86. Then the total of the possible score is 100. Then multiply to 100. We have now the possible score. So we just also get, you will also get the score of the students. So we have now the possible score. So the same process along with the other students. Then we will have now the weighted score. So we had already done the weighted score. to get the weighted score, you just have to press equal, then 86, so, and multiplied to, okay, in order to get the weighted score. So the weighted score is equivalent to 60% in the performance task. So in order for us to get the weighted score, it's a different percentage now. We just have to multiply the possible score to the indicated percent of the performance task on written in performance task on the weighted score. So since it is 60%, we just have to multiply the possible score to the 0.60 because it is 60%. Then we just have to click enter. Okay, we have now the weighted score, so we will do the same thing as well to the next row, to the next column. So we just have to put equal, then multiply. We just have to put the possible score since it is 93, then multiply to 0.60 because it is 60% of the performance. So we are done now with the weighted score of the performance task. So we will now move on to the quarterly assessment. So we have the quarterly assessment. So they just have one test on a whole quarter. So we just put 39, 45, 41, 49, then 43. So we can see here when we enter the score, they had already the possible score entered. So it was automatically entered by the Microsoft Excel. So we will now just get the weighted score, the final process. So we just have to do the same thing, equal 78 multiplied to 0.20 because it is 20% of the performance. Okay, now the quarterly assessment, we have here 20%. So, to get the total, you just have to retype the scores of the assessments of the student here on the column of the total. So, next, we have to get now the possible score. To get this, we just have to type the equal, open parenthesis, then 43, since the final student has 43, the score of 43, then divided by 2, 100, then close parenthesis. So we have now the formula, and then multiply to 100, then enter. So we have now the possible score. So let's now move on to the weighted score. To get the weighted score, we just have to put equal, then 39 multiply 0.20. We have to also do the same process to the next students. So why it is 0.20? Because the quarterly assessment is equivalent to 20% of the student's performance. So you just have to do the certain process. So we got now the weighted score. So let us now move on to the initial grade. In order to get the initial grade, we just have to add all the weighted score from written work through quarterly assessment. So we just have to put equal here, and plus then to the final column of the quarterly assessment. So we have here 39 7.8. So to get the initial grade, then enter. So we have 69.60. So I just have to drag the initial grade so that the other students So I just had to drag the initial grade so that the students will get their grades as well. It's the same process. So in the quarterly grade, we have a basis here on our grading system, on what and how will we grade the student. So we have a basis depending on our grading system, whether it is from CHED or DepEd. So to get the grade, I have here the basis of the grade where I will rate the students according to their initial grade. So 69%, 69.60 is equivalent to wait, I have just to see 81. So we have here 81. Then 74 is 84. It is 84. Then the 72 is 83. Then the 77 is 86. And the last one is 73. It is 83. So again, the quarterly grade is, it only depends according to the grading system. So we just have to depend on the DepEd or CHED to get the quarterly grade according to the student's initial grade. So that's all. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something from this, and this is my computation of grades of the student in this subject. So thank you, and again, this is Daradal, and thank you for watching.